forms are an important part of the system. You can use it to get information, get approvals or anything like that, anywhere in a process. You can also use them to start the process. So there are two types of forms in the system. There are external forms and input forms. They are almost identical when you're setting them up, but there is a difference. External forms are forms that anyone can fill out who has a link to the form. Think of it like a Microsoft form or something like that. So you can fill it out, and when you fill it out, it triggers a journey. So after it's been filled out, it initiates a process. So it can be someone filling out like a request for a reimbursement or asking for some grant or something like that. So it can be repetitively just filled out, and the person who's filling it out needs to say like who they are. And then we have the input forms. They are used as a part of a journey. So for example, in an onboarding process, you want to send a form to the person who is being onboarded. And it's not a link that anyone can go into. It's not a link that is filled out multiple times. It's just a link saying like, hey, we need you to fill out this information. And once you have filled it out, it just continues with the process and you cannot fill out this form again. So that's the difference here. And don't worry if this feels complicated. Once you get the hang of it, it's just going to feel very natural to choose whether you're using an external form or an input form in your process. Just think of external forms as just to initiate the process. If someone's filling out the form to initiate the process. But let's just look at the forms then. Let me start with an input form. So let's say I'm building up a process, and somewhere in a process someone needs to fill out a form. So then I just click out the form here. I can use some of my form templates that I have if I've created a lot of templates. But I can also, most of the cases you're creating a form from scratch. So let's just create the form here. And that opens up the form builder. Then I can here like set up like what do I want to ask in the form. And here on the left side I have the actions. So I can set up some title here. Let's say this is an onboarding form. I give it some title, and then I can here insert some content. Maybe I want to add an image. Then I can choose here to find an image. I can upload an image from my computer, or I can just search for something online. So let's just use this image here. Save. I can crop the image, so you can either move this box, or you can just do like this and save this image. Then I can also add some text to this form, just some explanation. And then you can add the questions you want to ask. So here we have the inputs. Maybe you want to ask some, like if you want to ask about a short text, you can see how it looks. It's just like a short line. I can delete it by clicking the button here, or I can duplicate it if I want to by clicking this button. Or I can convert it to long text. So here you can see this long text. So this could be, something, tell me about you. And I can choose if this needs to be replied to or not. I can also add like the date if I need to know like when can you start. And I can ask for some files. Let's say I need some passport or something. And I can say, it needs to be replied to, and I only want it to be a certain type, it needs to be an image or something. Or I could have, like, you can upload multiple files. Then we also have, if you want to ask for a phone number or email address for someone. And then we have the selections as well. Like, if you want to ask for some of them to choose from some options. So, you have the multiple choice, then you can select, of course, like multiple things, and then you can also have like a single choice or a drop down. So we can ask here your favorite color, and I say something like this or other. So I'm just asking for some question here. And maybe I want some, like if they reply to in a specific way here, I want to ask them for something else. So you can have like conditional logic in your forms. So for example, if they say other, I want to know what other color do they like. So I'm going to add here a short text, which other color, and I'm only going to have this when they reply other. So then I choose here like what only display this element if they reply your favorite color is other. So you can see here, and when I preview this and I choose my favorite color is yellow, nothing happens, but if I click other, then it asks me to select which other color. You can also add sections. So here's like a section, and it's great if you need 2 columns. For example, you want to ask for like 2 things here, something and something B, and then you want to have it like side by side because it looks better. So when I preview it, I have here like them side by side. It's also good because I can choose to hide all the section or display it. So if I want to have here like a condition, like I'm only gonna have this if the favorite color is other, so that applies to this whole section. I can preview it now. You can see this. I also want to mention that I can change what says here on the button. So maybe you want to have submit or send answers or I agree or whatever. And then after the submission, you want to also change the message that is said here. So like it defaults to form received, but maybe you want to write something like thank you for submitting this. So you can change this text as well and add a picture or anything like that. I also forgot to mention that you can of course add a video. So you just add a video, you find the URL from YouTube or somewhere. From YouTube, I just put it in and it's here. So some people use this as a lightweight LMS or just something like that, some information flow. So you can add that to the form as well and ask people to confirm that they've watched the video or anything like that. Now let's give this form a name. All right, and we go back to the journey and then I can search for this form and select it. And I can view it from here, see, okay, this is the form that I created, and I can choose like how is this form sent? Is it sent via email or via text message? So I can click, if I click email, I just choose which email this is sent to. Is this the person who's going through a journey? Is it like the supervisor who should get it? And there's always this link in this email that is sent, which is a link to the form. And the same is with the text message. I can also send a text message to someone in case to ask them to fill out this form. The forms can also have reminders in case they haven't been filled out right away. So then you add here like an email reminder, for example, or a text message reminder, and I can choose like how long do I want to wait? Do I just want to give them 1 day to reply to this? And then I can add repetitive reminders. So every 2 days I'm going to send them a reminder for like 3 times. So after they've gotten like in this case 4 reminders, then I'm just going to give up. And I could actually set up a reminder for myself in that case, but there will be another video on that. So this was the input form. The external form is very similar. So here I have the external form, and like I mentioned, this is like an open form, so it's always going to ask about an email and a full name of someone who's filling out this form, because this will be a link somewhere. So you can just add some information here as well. You want to ask for some text to initiate the journey and so on. And then I can here share find the submission link, and then I can copy this link, and if I go to this link, and now I have this external form, and the external form triggers the journey. So basically this form is it's just public online, so anyone who has the link to it can fill it out and initiate the journey. So this is how you set up the forms. I hope it doesn't feel too complex. Just reach out if you have any questions. I'm sure you're going to get the hang of it right away.